Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 6. Back again for some more trips for those that have seen it on YouTube. In the class 805, we're going to be taking it from London, Euston, we have a problem, to Milton Keynes, then switching across to the Birmingham to Crewe route and doing Stafford to Crewe, turning around, going back to Stafford, and then trying to get back to London from Milton Keynes. That is the plan. So we'll see what happens. For those watching on the YouTubes, hello. There'll be links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get things. Some things, don't know what things. A link down there to a Twitch page where you can watch me live on Twitch every Tuesday, doing Dwayne's Tuesday. And really...
Will Steve run a red light tonight?
No, thank you, McBone. And a link down there to the Discord server as well. It wouldn't be a stream without someone interrupting me in mid-flow. 44 months of the time, McBone. Good evening then to Trent, to Pat, to Nico, who's having some sort of spelling issue, to Sim, to Chef Lad, to Magic Feet, to Daz, to Antward, and to McBone, and to Nigel as well. I'm turning down the wrong volume one. There we go. Professionalism. So yes, so we're going to start on the West Coast Mainline south, with many timetables to choose from now, but it's the Evero 2025 and the class 805. So thought what we'll do is we'll do the first one of the day out of here. We do the 858 with one stop, Euston to Milton Keynes. Date is the date that I'm doing this. We need some Thomas. You'll be seeing Thomas at some point. There's been a couple of new add-ons, new things added on to the West Somerset. So I do want to come back and look at Thomas at some point, because I really enjoyed doing those. Right, so 27th of January is the date I'm doing this, so that's the date we will do this. Let's click on the starty thing and go and get in Le Train. That I'm really looking forward to. Metro Rivals coming out in April, I believe. A bit of multiplayer train action is going to be good fun. And no elephants. And Metro Rivals again, just in case you need a reminding. Oh, there we go. Right, that's Trek IR. You say 28th of January, 27th of January, because that's the date. Right, into okay. Reverse thing isn't working still. Why isn't that working? Is my key forward? That's why. Right, lights, doing lighty things. We'll go forward. Unlock the doors on the left-hand side. So yes, so a rather busier Euston, we have a problem station now. I love the fact that we've got this layering going on with more things in here. So we're only stopping at Milton Keynes. So literally it's a non-stop run up to Milton Keynes. Then we switch over to Birmingham to Crewe and do Stafford to Crewe, because that's eventually we're going to be getting Milton Keynes to Crewe, which goes via Stafford. So eventually we'll be able to do this on the whole bit. That is the plan. Is Milton keen? He is. Nice guy. We will wait until 9 o'clock. So we need to work out. This is where I need to get you involved, those that are chatting, because, you know, me being too professional. If we're arriving at Milton Keynes at 9:32, what time would we get to Stafford? There you go. There's some homework for you. We'll see if these timetables line up then and see if we can take this same train from Stafford up to Crewe. That is the plan anyway. A time after 9:32. Thank you, Trent. Hi, Amy Lou. Right. We'll lock the doors. Right, 44-mile dash then to Milton Keynes. Let's get going. Hopefully no red lights, although there's one in front of us.
Welcome aboard this Avanti West Coast service to Holyhead. We'll be calling at Milton Keynes Central, Stafford, Crewe, Chester, Prestatyn, Rhyl, Colwyn Bay, and Holyhead.
Press that in. Press what in?
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
I can't see any. Anyone see any safety notices? I can't see any.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
61016. Different way of pronouncing it. I do like these on-train announcements. They just make all the difference. I like the fact that those are actually louder, whether that would be slightly annoying as a driver, but yeah, they are getting better. I like them. They are very good. Right, so make our way rather quietly out of 10:49 to Stafford. Okay, so we'll see then if there's a 10:49 from Stafford. Someone may need to remind me of that when we get to Milton Keynes. Well, Nico's saying 10:20. You reckon it's 50 minutes? We don't reckon, do you? If you'd like to replace Nico in the community, that was from Euston. Yeah. Right, so the 9... Wait on, what were we? That's the back of the train. That's the front of the train. I've lost control of my buttons. So we were the 8:58 from Euston. What time would that get to Stafford then? You're not good, aren't you? I'll give you one thing to do, look, you know. .902 gets here at 10:22. There we go. It doesn't stop at Milton Keynes. Well, that's no good, is it? We're stopping at Milton Keynes. Oh, God. Right, so we'll have a look then. Something around 10:30 is what we're thinking then. From Stafford. Oh, dear. Right. No, it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. This service doesn't stop at Milton Keynes. Depends on how old this timetable is, though. Well, they said 2025, didn't it? So in theory, it should be the current timetable. It depends on the day of the week, maybe? There was a couple of them that stopped twice. So it stopped somewhere in between. Hi, Liam. It's a simple question, isn't it? What time should we depart Stafford? You realise what I'm going to ask you then is what time we get to Crewe, then I've got to turn around and come back again. What time will we depart Crewe, arrive at Stafford? What time should we leave Stafford and then depart Milton Keynes? So be prepared. You didn't think you'd have to do work for this stream, did you? Next week, algebra. I am liking the train, though. I do prefer it on diesel, but it does sound good. A professional would have researched this for themselves. Yeah? What's your point? Expected to arrive at Crewe at 10:42. Yeah, it was about 20 minutes, wasn't it? Because that's the video that went out today. I'm trying... It's engagement with the audience, it's called. I'm trying to get you engaged and, you know, get you involved in the stream so that you feel as though you're part of things by asking you things. That's how it works. Not just ignoring everybody, see. I'm trying to get you to communicate with me. All those people that are sat lurking, that are afraid to say hello, this is your opportunity. That question's too complicated. Well, you are an idiot. You think we want to be associated with this? You're here, Nigel. And what about your stream streak? How many streams in a row have you been here, Nigel? Look, Sim, just because you've got a point there, I haven't said hello to you. Sorry, Stokey. There was a lot going on at the beginning. It wasn't intentional. How's the new train? I really like it. I could do a quiz during the stream. I did that before, didn't I? A while ago. With like the how many stations in. Hang on. All right, here's one for you then. And don't just Google it. How many stations are there in the UK that have got 3-letter names, and can you list them alphabetically? There you go. That'll keep you quiet for a while. What do you mean, no? Part, that's one. Look, I'm trying to get you engaged here, not in a marriage kind of way. I nearly did that a year ago, but that's a whole different story. Yeah. Don't know, don't care. New Street. No, that isn't 3. Okay. I wish I hadn't bothered now. That's loud. It's very loud outside. I've turned the volume up for inside so we get a bit of noise. Birmingham New Street, 3 words. Look. Yeah, this. Okay. BNS. You can't abbreviate it. Ash. Isn't that the stuff you get out of fires? Par. We're not playing golf. Leah or Lee. See, it's where teamwork needs to happen now, see? Or someone just needs to list them more alphabetically. It's not difficult, is it? LKK. Well, that's not a name. That's just 3 letters. No, okay. Like we've got... Jesus Christ. Like someone's just said par. That's what the name of the station is. Not its 3-letter ident. God, I wish I'd bothered. Ash, Ely, IBM. Lee, lie, or, par, rye, when, why. That's almost like a bit of a rhyme. There you go. Sim's been on Chat GPT. Thank you, Sim. Zoo. No. Oh my God. If you're watching the streams and you're wondering what's going on, welcome to my world. We had at least half of them. You did. How about Rye? I've got a ticket there. That's Rye, isn't it? If I could get to my desk, I would bang my head on my desk. Rye's in there. Yes, Rye was in. As Tiger lost the ability to read now. There's the train. You lot are hard work, you really are. I need a better class of audience. Ash, Bow. There's a Bow in Devon. Box hasn't got a station. Cam. There's Cam and Dursley. Come. Topot. Lee. No, they haven't got stations. That's places. Oh my God. Liam's just Googled places in the country with 3 letters. That's a tube train. We're all idiots. This is true. Am I sure? Yes, I think I am. Because yeah, best not do that. You saw this on a row. Of course, it's face ache, isn't it? What do you expect? Face ache's full of people that have got 3 brain cells and think that everything's true. I didn't make a list. I was asking you lot. God, we still got 35 miles to go. I was hoping the stream was going to be over. I don't know either. Oh, someone said ask a question. That's the only one I could think of. We know the obvious one, don't we? What's the train station in the UK with the longest name? Okay, that made no sense, Connor. That one in Wales. Ah, not the one you think of, though. It's not. I said with the longest name, not the longest continuous name. No, it's not that. It's Cardiff Airport. Ah, see? If you know, you know. So not only is that not the longest... it's not the train station with the longest name in the UK. That's not the train station with the longest name in Wales. The Llanfar Gogagok one. It's the Rees Cardiff International Airport train station, wherever it is. See, that was a fact. I think the longest train station with the longest name in the world is in India. Rees, Bruce, same thing. Roos, Cardiff. Yeah, I said Rees. It's close. It's Welsh. I speak Welsh, like I do. No, don't I? Am I Presh? We don't do facts. Yeah, the train station in the world with the longest name is the one in India. That's an airport station, I think, as well. It's a red. Should we be concerned? I don't think we should be concerned. The red's moving, it's fine. Good thing, really, I noticed that because I wasn't really paying attention to the signals. Even if it's red, I'll drive. Hey, now, did I or did I not run the red in today's video? It was close, but I managed to avoid the red. There was a bit of panic going with it. Yeah, exactly. There was a bit of panic going on there. A professional would have stopped earlier. Well, you know, I like to. It's still about the suspense. That video was take 5. Do you honestly think? Actually, which one was it? No, I think it was the first. Yeah, I think it was the first video that I did. It took me about 4 takes to get the intro right. So I stopped and started recording 4 times. I think that's why I was so late. I've done the overspeeding in the last 20 minutes. No, we're all good. I've also this evening, I can't say too much, I've looked at an upcoming thing that I'm disappointed by. More next week. Something I was really looking forward to in Train Sim World. I had a quick look at it before I started this up, and I'm disappointed. Oh, we're speeding a little bit. That's a freight train. So these wouldn't stop then? Actually, no, because the video I did today went out today, wouldn't it? That left Crewe, it stopped at Stafford, and I think that said the next stop was Euston. We have a problem. So yeah, so this wouldn't stop at Milton Keynes. it would be just non-stop then, wouldn't it, to Euston? We have a problem. I've been to Milton Keynes. I quite like the MK Centre when it was busy. I'm getting close to doing my 3,000th video on YouTube. Hang on, well, back the pony up a minute. I've put out 2,563. No. That can't be right. Really? I've been doing this 10 years, and that's 256 videos a year. And one of them wasn't too bad. That can't be right. My hope is with YouTube, and I never set myself targets, my hope is with YouTube that I get to 10,000 subscribers before I stop. That's my hope. That's a round figure. We will see what happens. No, that's 100,000. Yeah, that's never going to happen, is it? Right, there's a red up here. Yeah, they do them 100,000, 500,000, I think it is, and 1 million. Everyone unsubscribe. No. What is YouTube on? 9,650. 9,000. Oh, I just lost a subscriber. 9,654. I refreshed it. It went down by 1. Thanks. Remember us when I'm famous? Yeah, I think that would have happened years ago. I could have. Yeah, I found a push more when I started doing this. I'm not saying I could have been another furry one, but yeah, I could have done more with the channels. But hey, that's a train. Right, we've got 23 miles to go to Milton's Keynes. Then we'll swap over to Birmingham to Crewe at about 20 past 10, we said. Well, we'll see what there is on the timetable and pick it up at Stafford. I hope it's not too long before we get Milton Keynes to Crewe, because that would be quite good then. I've been able to take this to Crewe, and then we're going to get Crewe to Preston at some point this year as well, I reckon. And then we've got Preston to Carlisle. All we need is Carlisle to Glasgow. Yeah, they're still there. Streams and stuff is there, and Sims and Friends, which there's like 3 videos on and like 4 subscribers. I was going to delete the streams and stuff one the other week and the other one, and there's one of my vlogs on the streams and stuff one, so I was going to download it and re-upload it to the normal YouTube. Yeah, Chris Brown has got a video on The Sims and Friends as well. We like Chris Brown. He's a really nice guy. Was that the vlog before I went grey? Something like that. Oh, crap, that's speeding. Braking. There we go. The only downside with this, I like the train, I really like this route, so yeah, it is going to be a pretty much a non-stop dash up and back. It's a shame that this doesn't go via Birmingham, so we will pick it up at Stafford. How was work? It was a good day. Managed to leave the building. I was white van man for an hour. It's too quiet. Is it too quiet? Quite what? Or quiet? Yeah, that's the downside to it. Electricity, isn't it? But realistic. At the end of that video today, I think I stood on the platform, didn't I? It sounded really good when it left. So they've nailed it as far as the modelling is concerned. A few people have complained on the PlayStation there's a few blurry graphics. I don't care. I'm not on the PlayStation. I prefer this over the other one, the stupid cross-country thing. So how many versions of this we got now? We've got the Riviera line. What's that? The 801? 802? It's the 802, isn't it? This is the 805. Is there another one? Or is it just a two? I thought we had more than two versions of this now. Oh, it should be out by now. I haven't been notified there's any delays. It's one of those things, though. If you like this route, it's one of the things to get. Because not only does it build itself into the layering on this route, it also appears on Birmingham to Crewe, which is already a good route as well. So you will see it, you've got its playable services, and obviously you'll see them as AI. So another thing that makes this route busier, as I said in the videos, the one thing I do wish is that we didn't have all these different timetables. So you're never going to see all the services on one timetable. So we've got the nuclear timetable, we've got the other freight timetable, we've got the old timetable, we've got the new timetable. So you're never going to see everything running at once. I get why they have to do that, but personally I just like to see it busier. Command does not exist, Trent. Try DLC. My name's not Jay. There you go. Tomorrow, by the way, something I've done for a couple of years. Surgeon Sim 2. We last did it in multiplayer, I think, but they've taken away the multiplayer to the game, which is really weird. But going to be doing that in Surgeon Sim, in single player, Surgeon Sim 2 tomorrow night. Thursday night is something. Parisian Brasserie Simulator. So some multiplayer in that. Friday night, we've got some golfing with idiots. I think 10 of us at the moment, so expect about 6 of us on Friday night to play with our balls. Saturday night, it'll be something. I don't know if it'll be a quiz. I don't think we've got enough people for it. But there'll certainly be something on Saturday night. And on Sunday lunchtime, back on the farm, doing something. I don't know what yet. And then I'm here on next Monday as well. I know. So next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then not here on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then we'll be here for a birthday stream on the Monday. Doing the routes that I'm slightly disappointed by. I'll be stuck with you. No. I'm in first class on the GWR train going to London. I'm in first class on the Eurostar. It's not quiz, what about construction sim? Well, we've got 8 people signed up for the quiz. So we'll do something that we can do as a group. We do need to do some more construction sim. Me and Trent have got to finish Portal. There's some more Prison Life 2 coming up. We got some more Repo coming up. We didn't really get very far in SnowRunner either. I got an update today. Yeah, it's a shame because multiplayer was really fun in Surgeon Sim 2, but I think it's going to be good fun tomorrow. Looking back at it, and in a couple of weeks' time, then I'll go back for something else I haven't done in a while. And look at that. Right, we're only 11 miles now from Milton Keynes. And then we'll switch over to Birmingham to Crewe at 20 past 10-ish. And see if there is a service, see if these would line up. Have we got a service number? 1D83. Someone remember that. So will it be the same service? We'll see how good they are. 1 Delta 83. Will it be 1 Delta 83 when we pick it up at Stafford? Because we'll keep the same day. Right, slowlying is happening. Slowly is happening like the first slowlying. That didn't work. We are now braking to 90 miles an hour. Well, less than that. 88 miles an hour going back to the future. You built a time machine out of an 805. Take a lot of people with you then. Yeah, I think otherwise you couldn't have it on this route, could you? It'd leave Euston and you couldn't take it anywhere. So I think they've just amended the timetable for you to have a stop. Otherwise, you just drive past Milton Keynes and off the map. So you've got to put a stop in there, haven't you? So I sort of see why they've done it. And then we pick it up at Stafford. This is where, see, it'd be good when we get Milton Keynes to Crewe, that if you're on PC, it would let you stitch the routes together, so then you could do a proper Euston to Stafford to Crewe. I'm going to be late. Nah, it'll be fine. Yeah, there's a new East-West line, isn't there? Was it Oxford-Cambridge East-West line? That opens at some point, doesn't it? Should pass Milton Keynes at around 9:31. Well, that's right then, isn't it? We're going to be a little bit late. It wouldn't be a UK train service without being late. Why do you think next Friday I'm getting a train like an hour earlier than I need to get? Just in case there's an issue. And I'm going to do the same with the bus as well into town. I thought, should I get one that gets me there 20 minutes before the train? No. In case they just don't turn up. I posted a link in the Discord today I watched it. Well, I think I probably did see it when it first came out. A YouTube channel I subscribe to, where basically the guys are ferry pilots and move planes all around the world. It did make me want to fire up MSFS and do something like that. I think we did it a few years ago where we were trying to get round the world and gave up when we got to like Paris or something. So we went a long way. That's an awesome job. They went round the world in like 4 days and flying themselves 75% of it. Was that when Noodly-Boo was discovered? No, that was when we flew down to Fuerteventura, and because Noodly-Boo is on the like to the east of Fuerteventura. So I think that's the point where we flew into there and then had to fly across to the Canaries. That was a fair few years ago now. I think that's probably on YouTube. That's got to be 7 years ago. Noir debut. I've still got. I'm wearing. Oh, I'm wearing my I Was Young It Was Dark t-shirt today. Oh, it was well before COVID. It's before all the old flight people that used to do flight left. So that was definitely 2019-ish. I don't think... Well, yeah, I would have said I need to redo the merch store, but yeah, no one ever buys anything. I think I bought more merch than anybody else. I must take it down. Right, we're 2.3 miles to Milton Keynes. We are going to be a little bit late. Right, double yellows. So yeah, do like the train though. I'll turn the volume down because it's quite loud outside. There we go. There we go. Alright, in we come then. Are we going to get an announcement of some sort? Well, in theory we shouldn't, because it shouldn't be stopping here. Driver needs a wee, we're stopping at Milton Keynes. Oh, there's a toilet on the train, that's not the point. Alright, single yellow. Actually went fairly quickly.
We are now approaching Milton Keynes Central. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Yeah, there's a red light at the end. Hey, a minute late though, that's not bad. Objective complete. Beeda, beeda, beeda. Right, so we have arrived at Milton Keynes. So what we do now is we jump over to the Birmingham to Crewe route and see if we can pick up... I was about to say, hopefully someone's noted it down. Right, let's go back to the main menu. I think that's going to be good fun. Oh, it's gone. Metro Rivals, multiplayer trains. Think of Crazy Taxi, but in trains. You may be seeing something on that soon, but that's going to be released in April, I believe. So that's going to be good fun. We have a minion, Bidu. You can press that, and then...
Bido, 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 bido.
That's what the doors sound like on an 805 or 800 series. Right, Birmingham to Crewe. God, which one is it? That one? Nope, the other one. There we go. Okay, so we're saying 10:22. Stafford to Crewe. It's the wrong 1D83. There you go. Now that, no, okay. I like that. It carries on. See, that's going to be good when we get Milton Keynes to Crewe. Elephant. I don't know why there's an elephant. Why is there an elephant? And why does it appear in every loading screen? Right. Shove my thing in. Shove it into forward. Unlock the doors. Beeda, beeda, beeda. See, no one can ever get on the 800 series train now without hearing that. In fact, we're coming on a different platform though, didn't we? We came in over there, did we? Yeah, we came in over there. Now we're over here. We've moved platforms. See, someone should have looked at that. Can we I like this onboard audio. I changed station. Oh yeah. Look, that's not the point. Baldy. See, this does look like an 800, doesn't it? Oh, hang on, they got the curvy cables, the curvy tables with the power points in. You don't get those on GWR. Oh, is this first class? This isn't first class, is it? Oh no, you got a text message. Someone's got a text message. Noisy bloody people. Right, anyway, let's just... Nope, I don't want to get the picture. I want to sit down. Thank you. Yeah, it's very posh. GWR don't get that. Look, if you get a seat. Go in the quiet coach then. I bet it won't be quiet. Can we go in first class? We will do that when we get to Crewe. So we're arriving at Crewe at 10:42. That rhymed. And then what we'll do is we'll turn around. Turn around. Lock doors. Right, 24 miles to Crewe. 24 miles to Crewe.
Holyhead. We'll be calling at Crewe, Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rhyl, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, Bangor, and Holyhead.
Hang on, has that gained some stops?
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
I'm sure it didn't stop at... I heard it stop at Prestatyn. The other one, but did it stop at Bangor?
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
Right, so I've got to be 5 minutes late then. It's a non-stop run. Even I can't get that wrong. Someone's pointed out that it only says AWS operational. It should say AWS and TPWS operational. It doesn't. I think that's going to be amended. Did it run a red light? Exactly. You've got to be professional like that. Is there also a banger in Maine? Can we take a vote? No. I can't run a red light, can I? I'm not going to, because I don't overspeed. Because, you know, professional. I'm not going to run a red light because professional. You lot have just got no confidence in me. I did last week. No, I didn't. TPWS is a licensed product by Siemens and had to be removed from the train because they couldn't get the licensing for the TPW. Oh my god. Okay, no, that's fine then. In that case, we haven't got TPWS. We've only got... Thank you for that. 1 Delta 83 goes onto Holyhead via Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rhyl, the Adventures of Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, and Bangor, not Bangalore, and Holyhead. Got to go. Thought it's a Stimson stuff, but it's too good. Is Nigel ashamed by the fact that I was... Well, hang on, I was a little bit late. Wait till tomorrow night, where I'm doing, like, leg replacements and things. One of the people that used to be in the community tried replacing someone's heart in Surgeon Sim with a duck. It didn't go well. No reds or speeding. Well, you know. It was 37 minutes late. Of course it was. Yeah, hopefully it's not long before we get the Milton Keynes to Crewe. I think it almost makes this bit redundant then, doesn't it? Although I suppose they would. Then this bit's going to be busier then, isn't it? Because the stuff coming out of Birmingham will go via Stafford. So this bit between Stafford and Crewe should be busier. Oh, it was properly rainy. Thankfully, when I went out for an hour today, I dodged the rain. I purposely left it as late as I could. See, I wasn't in control of it between Crewe and Chester. Hang on. Okay, it's me being not a train weirdo, because, you know, I don't get filled with knowledge every 20 minutes anymore. What goes from Crewe up to, like, Preston and Carlisle and that lot then, if it's not these? So if you're going London to Glasgow, because you can go this way, can't you? You can, I'm sure you, or would you change at Crewe? 390s. Yeah, because when our ex-comrade came back from Glasgow, I think he changed at Crewe and then went down to London. So it came on this technically. Okay, so these would go to Holyhead. What's the time then from Crewe to Holyhead? I wonder if we'd ever get that in this. So you're only ever going to get these going Euston to Milton Keynes, then on the new Milton Keynes to Crewe, and that's it. So it would be the 390s then. So when we do get Crewe to Preston, if that's in a modern timetable, Crewe to Holyhead's 2 hours 10 minutes. Blimey. Oh, they do go to Birmingham. So why haven't we? Okay. Because none of I don't think none of these on this route leave Birmingham. I don't think. Or do they? We'll have a look at the timetable when we get to Crewe. Euston to Warrington non-stop. Yeah, but he came back via Crewe because in Glasgow he worked out the time differences because it saved him like 10 minutes or something. And he came back via, he changed at Crewe. Actually, was that, no, he was coming here. Was he coming in? He might have been coming here. So when we changing at Crewe and then going into London and then came out to Swindon. That was a long day. I think he came in the house here and went straight to bed. It's over 2 hours, so that couldn't be a Trains in World route then, could it? You'd have to split that into another 2 routes. I do love the fact, though, we're getting more West Coast Mainline. We know we're getting Milton Keynes to Crewe. We know at some point we're getting Crewe to Preston. It hasn't been announced yet whether we're getting Carlisle to Glasgow. I think so, Amy Lou. So we're in London, Euston to Midlands, Chester, North Wales and Blackpool. Okay, so they don't carry on further up. Right, so eventually we will be able to take this on. So we know, so it's an hour then. Oh, hang on, is that going to... No, it is, isn't it? I'm thinking out loud here. So Milton Keynes to Crewe. Did we say it was an hour from Milton Keynes to Stafford? And then it's 20 minutes Stafford to Crewe. So it's going to be about an hour and 20 minute run then. So where does it stop? Or doesn't it? Is it just non-stop Milton Keynes to Stafford? No, yeah, I suppose it would be, wouldn't it? I'm thinking as I'm bloody talking here, aren't I? So the only stop for these when we get Milton Keynes to Crewe is going to be Stafford. And it shouldn't stop at Milton Keynes. Blimey. See, this is sometimes where I miss having a train weirdo in the community, because he'd be answering stuff like this straight away. So I'm guessing there'll be other services, because the 350s then, Keynes to Stafford is 49 minutes, yeah, and then 20 minutes then on to Crewe, so about an hour and 10 minutes then. So with the 350s also run up here but stop. Should we put a job advert out for a train weirdo? We'll see if we... I can't remember passing much though. It's going to be good to get more bits of the route. And I'm certainly looking forward to the other stuff we're getting. You know, we know we're getting the extension to the Mildmay line down to Richmond at some point. We know we've got the Tadami line coming. We know there's a line down in Portugal that's coming. There's a couple of American ones and some German ones. We know we're getting the Great Western, what do we call it? Enhancey improvement thing. And we've got that Metro Rivals coming. And more that I know about, but can't say. So yes, it's going to be an interesting few months. It's going to be an interesting year, I think, which is also one of the reasons why, unfortunately for Nigel, I don't think I'll be retiring in the next 6 months. Because I steam train. Because that was creaky. Because I want to do coaches in ETS2 as well. I can't go anywhere. Imagine me going, right, that's it. I've had enough. I'm done. No more streaming. No more YouTube. That's it. Done. Sell the computer. Pack up. Delete the Discord. 2 days later, SCS announced that coaches is coming out. I haven't done a thing. Right, so only 5 miles to Crewe. And then the plan is to turn around. Right. We'll look at the timetable though. And see if any of these do depart Birmingham. I think they're all Crewe to Stafford, Stafford to Crewe. The next version seems like a user interface for concise. What? Concourse. Concourse? Conkers? Consoles. 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 I love you, Trent. It's like Oh dear. It's like Trent's got an Enigma machine, but no one's got the other end of it. PS and eggs. Peas and eggs? You know, got peas and eggs, got your ham with that and some chips. Ham, egg, chips and peas. You're a freight train. Right, we're only 2 miles from Crewe. Definitely a quicker dash. And we got a red. So yeah, good thing to do if you've got both routes is you can do the service up to Crewe, just missing out the bit in the middle. I think I'll have to, when we get that missing bit, I'm going to have to then do like one... Well, actually, that's probably enough for one stream, isn't it? Start at Euston, we are a problem, up to Milton Keynes, switch over and do Milton Keynes to... No, because that's going to be about an hour and 50 minutes. So it won't quite be 2 hours. I'll have to just make the stream shorter. That's, it seems to be getting a bit foggy. Fog on the Thames, old main, old main. We are now approaching a red. Oh, that's better. We like that. Gloomy. Right, we have a yellow. And in we come to Crewe. Can I still see chat? Yep, last thing posted in chat was PS and eggs. Has Twitch chat gone down? Stream's still up.
We are now approaching Crewe. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Yeah, Trent's just texted me. It seems as though Twitch chat is down. Yeah, I've got the spinning circle of doom going, connecting to chat. Stream's still live. So it seems as though either Streamlabs is down. Yeah, the last message that I got was 1855 from Trent. Alright, we are arriving into a very foggy Crewe. There is a red. Yeah, stream's still live, just no Twitch chat. I shall carry on waffling regardless. Hopefully it returns. Right, so we've arrived at 10:42. We'll have a look at the timetable and see if there were any services coming out of Birmingham on this. And then what we'll do is we'll turn around and make our way back to Stafford. Someone to see first class. So when we spawn in with the train, chat is broken for Steve. Please stand by. Oh, so hang on. So you...
This is crew. Welcome aboard this Avanti West Coast service to Holyhead. The next stop will be Chester. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
Hang on. Bear with me, caller. Professionalism. Drag the chat across the screen. Right, well, I just refreshed it. You admire all my streams. Yes, thank you, Nigel. We know you're lying. But it's not updating. I've still got the spinning connecting to chat. I don't think it's appearing on screen either. Right. Return to the Timmy table. Quick, behave. Yes. Yeah, it's all I'm seeing. I can drag it in. Is that. Hang on. Yeah, that. It just says connecting to chat. So that's all I'm getting. So as though it's not connecting to chat. I'm going to try refreshing Chrome. That means I'm not connected. Well, I know that, you dingbat. Right. Yeah, I'm just getting connecting to chat. Okay, we'll carry on. Right, so 8:05. There is a Birmingham to Crewe then. So you can do Birmingham to Crewe with an express service all the way to Crewe. So there's Crewe to Stafford. Empty stock moves. And then the rest of the day is the Crewe to Stafford's. I wonder if it's just because I've popped it out. Hang on. No. If I refresh it, it appears. But then it just spins and says connecting to chat. There is definitely some sort of issue going on there, isn't there? Streamlabs. Oh, no, it's just Twitch. Well, it could be Streamlabs having an issue. But every time I refresh, it refreshes chat. Not a problem. And then it just comes up with connecting to chat. Which it doesn't do. I don't think I can keep refreshing. Yeah. Anyway, right. Okay, so 10:41 we arrived. There's the 10:53 then. We'll take the return 1 Alpha 26 back to Euston. So the same date, 27th of January. We will go. Metro Rivals still coming soon in 2026. Right, what I'm going to do, rather than... Bear with me a second. I'm just going to close Chrome completely in case it's Chrome. And then just reopen Chrome. Bear with me, caller. Do 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 do. See, people complained about it being too professional, and you know, I think this shows that it's not. Metro Rivals coming in Train Sim World 7. No, Metro Rivals is coming in about 3 months' time. No, they're still the same. Buggeration. So I reckon it's Streamlabs because it's not appearing on chat on screen either, is it? So I think Streamlabs is broken. Shove my thing in. Key in. Reverse into forwards. Be-da, be-da, be-da. What's wrong with Chrome? It's not Chrome, it's Streamlabs. Streamlabs isn't connecting for some strange reason. The internet is broken. Right, headlights dim. Alright, wait until 10:55. We can have a look at first class, won't we? Let's run out and have a look at first class. Let's go and run down the platform. I'm guessing it's going to be at the back. Let's run down the back. Yeah, so Streamlabs does appear to be down as far as chat's concerned. Hang on, just come up with welcome to the chat room. Oh, it might have connected. Test. Test. Can you see me? No. That's very posh for first class. Right, I think chat might be back now. Can you hear me, mother? Right, let's get going then. Back to Stafford. You unpinned the message. Delete all the nasty messages. You were saying how much you admired me, Nigel.
Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. We'll be calling at Stafford and London Euston.
So yes, I did see Nigel's admiration
Please
for me.
familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
There
we go. Right, back to Stafford we go.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
Right, well, that was 5 minutes of drama. Nico, don't look right. I normally point at Nico's name whenever that comes up, and I was pointing at Nico's name. For context, right? Whenever we've been out in groups of like 3 of us or 4 of us, or even when it used to be just 2 of us, when that message comes up on whatever train we're on, if you see something that doesn't look right, we point to one person, or everyone points to someone. And normally, when there's been a group of 4 of us, it's been outnumbered. We used to do it when it's just 2 of us. We point to each other. Occasionally, I point to myself. So yes, normally it's point at Nico. I think if that happens when we're on, although it'd be in German, we might not. There probably isn't a German equivalent for next weekend, but it'll probably be Tiger because he doesn't look right. So yes, if you ever come out on a train trip with us as a group, be warned. If you wonder what's going on when people start pointing, it's like, what's all that about? If you see something that doesn't look right. You don't look odd. No, you do. Might be on Eurostar. No. There are announcements about reading the safety card and stuff, and if you stop in the tunnel, which is why the trains are so long, you've got to be able to... The train's long because it's got to be able to reach an evacuation point in the tunnel. Hopefully next weekend, well, this coming weekend, I will be announcing the date for our London day / weekend. Waiting on Trent. It's probably going to be the end of July for anyone interested. Right, 22 miles to Stafford. So we arrive at 11:13, so we're the 1 Alpha 26. So then we've got to look for the 1 Alpha 26 from Milton Keynes and go back to London. That's the plan, Stan. Oh, not the travelling with them lot. No. They're going to go out when we go to board the train, the Eurostar, next Friday. They'll turn right to where they book their seats. I'm going to go in left. What time will it leave Milton Keynes? I don't know. That's for you lot to work out. Peasant class. I got to travel on a bus next Friday morning as well. I get to go to the new bus station, Swindon bus terminus thing, which I haven't been to yet. Yeah, but you were on a bus yesterday. Or Sunday, wherever it was. This is 1 Alpha 26. See, I got on a bus, a train, a tube train, a Eurostar, a car, tram, all in one day. That'll be the highlight of the weekend. And then on Saturday it's car, suspended railway, bus, God knows what if we end up in Cologne. Sunday will be car, train, or maybe tram. Monday will be car, train, underground, train, bus. Who's driving? Me. Yeah, Tiger's got to navigate because we realise there's clean air zones. There's a clean air zone in Wuppertal where we're going, so we've got to negotiate around that. There's a clean air zone in Cologne. There's a clean air zone in Amsterdam. Thankfully, where we're parking in Amsterdam is outside the clean air zone, but we've got to navigate to where we want to park, avoiding it. So we're going to set a waypoint to somewhere near, and then Tiger's going to have to navigate. So this is going to be interesting. So if we don't end up in Wuppertal next Saturday, you know why. Uses Google Maps, can't get out of a car park. No, well that's why, Nigel. That's why I'm glad I checked, really, because in Germany it's not like you can, if it was like a one-off thing that we could have paid for on the day, a bit like going into the ULEZ zone, I've just done that, got online, put the car registration in, paid it, done. It's not, it's a lifetime of the car thing, so you can't do that. So we just got to make sure we avoid it. It's going to be easy enough to do. I think what we're going to do is, because we want to go to Cologne and it's not far from Wuppertal, I think what we're going to end up doing is leaving the car in Wuppertal, jumping on a train to Cologne for the afternoon / evening, having a wander around Cologne, going back to the car and then driving back to Brussels. Is it a Ford? No, Peugeot 408. Which I'm kind of looking forward to driving. I've been looking at 308s on Auto Trader today. I think the 208 is too small. Anyway, we are 14 miles from Stafford. It's just me for now. I was having a conversation yesterday with someone at work about finding someone to share my life with and plans to do so. So yes, in theory, when we get the Birmingham to Crewe, no, Milton Keynes to Crewe, you would then take this on this same route to Stafford and then carry on down to Milton Keynes. So then we're going to have Stafford in two separate routes, then, aren't we? Stafford's going to be in Birmingham to Crewe, and so's Crewe. So I suppose from a route making point of view, they haven't got to bother doing this bit, have they? It's already done. They've only got to do Stafford down to Milton Keynes. So I wonder how much of that, how far out of Stafford station does the line split off to Birmingham? So is it literally one of those situations where you come out of Stafford and then it splits to Birmingham? We'll have a look on the map. No, McBone, because it's the cars being hired in Brussels. We're driving in Germany, so they wouldn't have clean air for Germany from a car hire from Brussels. We've got cross-border driving, so we can take it into Germany and take it into the Netherlands. That's fine, but no. So we'll be fine. That's the only point we hit. Yeah, it does. It goes Lichfield, Trent Valley, doesn't it? Because that then pretty much links up with the Birmingham Cross City. So in theory, what you could do is you could do Euston have a problem to Milton Keynes to Lichfield, Trent Valley. Then you could do Birmingham Cross City from Lichfield, Trent Valley to New Street. This from New Street to Stafford. Or this then from New Street up to Crewe. Stops at Tamworth. So yeah, I think that's going to be quite an interesting route. But how many stops is there then between Milton Keynes and Stafford for a stopping service? And I'm guessing it's the 350? 2. Is that it? So it stops at Tamworth and Lichfield, Trent Valley. .807 or 350. Well, the 807s or the 805s don't, do they? Because that's going Euston straight to Stafford. It's not even stopping at Milton Keynes. So I'm guessing there is a stopping service then that comes up here as well. So is it the 350 then that runs from Milton Keynes up to Crewe? The 807 Express, yeah. Oh, doesn't even stop at Stafford? What? So Euston to Crewe? Blimey. We came out of Euston Station the other year on Overground. 350 is Rugby, Nuneaton, Atherstone, Tamworth, Lichfield, Rugeley, Stafford, Crewe. Yeah, so in that case then, you could do a 350 service then from Euston to Milton Keynes and do a 350 stopping service then all the way to Crewe. How long's that? That's interesting. About an hour and 35. So plus the time for the 350 to get from Euston to Milton Keynes. And then when we get Crewe to Preston, because that should be coming this year. We've got Preston to Carlisle, and then we just need Carlisle to Glasgow. It's looking good. And considering what, 3 years ago, I was saying that if I had to do one game and one game only, if I had to do one gay only, if I had to do one, there's a slip of the tongue, if I had to do one game only, it would have been Train Sim Classic. Now, I think I could quite easily just stream this. The only gay in the village. That's Tiger. Alright, we're 4.7 miles to Stafford. And then, what are we? Has someone written this down? 1 Alpha 26. How do you know? Well, do you know, are there any others? I ain't done a survey of the village. Well, there you go then. You might be. Right. So into Stafford, swap over to the West Coast Mainline South at Milton Keynes and go back to Euston. We're a problem. Tomorrow, by the way, something fun. Not saying this isn't. Surgeon Simulator 2. Going to be starting from the beginning in that again. So me trying to stop people dying or repairing people or whatever it is, fixing people. And that Coldplay song. That's tomorrow night. Thursday night is me and Trent trying to run a Parisian brasserie. It's only because nobody else wants to join us. That's Thursday. Friday night we're playing with our balls, doing golfing with idiots. Saturday night will be something. I don't think we've got enough of us to do a quiz, but that's Saturday night. And then Sunday lunchtime we're back on the farm. And then I'm back here next Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm here every day now until next Thursday. And then you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday without me. Right. 1.5 miles to Stafford. We're going to arrive roughly on time as well. Yeah, the red's after the platform though, Nico. Scaling and all that. We should get an announcement anytime.
We are now approaching Stafford. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
I didn't really hear station announcements. Right. We've arrived at Stafford a minute early. da, bee da, bee da, bee da. So look for Milton Keynes at around 12:02. Is it 1 Alpha 26? Oh yeah, we're going to look at the map. There. Right, so we're there. So, so is that the split then? There. So this carries on to Birmingham, doesn't it? This carries on into Birmingham. Gone to Birmingham? Yeah. That carries on to Birmingham. So the split then will be there to go Lichfield, Trent Valley. That stopping point was a lot earlier than what I did on YouTube. There was buttock clenching going on in there and that. I was like, oh crap. Talk about shove me out of the way. Right then. Let's go back to the main menu and then jump over to the... I need to do that. I like that train. I need to do some more American. I've only done the Dover, not Ben, once. Maybe that's one for next week. Maybe go back to America next week. Right, so West Coast Mainline SAF, the Avero timetable. That's that. So date, so I'm leaving it today. There you go, 12:01 then. 1 Alpha 26. Crew to London. That's what we want. We'll do more. That's what he said. He did Morristown the Pacer at the weekend for a laugh. My hope for Train Sim World 7 is that we get the ability to be able to put any train we like in any timetable we like. Because as I said in the videos, I think it'd be a good challenge to be able to use whatever train you like to try and keep up with the timetable. So, you know, could you stick a pacer on? Right, it's on time. What we'll do is when we get into Euston, we'll actually have a look around and see how busy it is with all these extra services going in. Didn't really do that at the start. Could that be the new place for a rail cam, maybe? Look, I got a handbag. We're not judging. What would be good in this is to see some platform staff. You better not bring that to Belgium with you. Is to see some platform staff on the platform and to, you know, wave you off and all that. I think that would be a good bit of immersion and actually see the guard, you know, get on the train. It is Milton Keynes. This is true. Hang on. What? I got to raise my pants. Why have you...
Welcome aboard this Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. We'll be calling at London Euston only.
my pants were down.
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
There we go. I do like that clunk on the 800s when the door's shut. It's quite reassuring.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
At least you're sort of wearing some. I'm not currently, so I'd have to put some on to take them up, take them down. I'm gonna have to rig up my gear stick cam again, aren't I? Because I was literally pointing at Nico's name when it said something that doesn't look right. I'm gonna have to do that. Right, 44 miles to Euston. So half an hour run. AWS operational. And then we'll look and see how busy it is. Yeah, definitely like it. It's a good addition to the line. Personally, I prefer the diesel version, the Riviera line on this. You know, if we get any more of the GWR routes, it would be rather nice to have that on diesel. You know, I'd love to get, well, Reading to Bristol would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Bing. Did we notice it on the Eurostar? Well, I suppose you wouldn't. You sat down, people are talking and stuff. First time we went on the Eurostar, barely noticed we were moving. And all of a sudden you're doing like 186 miles an hour. It's like, okay, this is quick. It seems like you only left London like 2 minutes ago. Yeah, I had the whole GPS thing on my phone, but it wouldn't work. They're built for comfort. A bit like me. I'm built for comfort. I am. There have been comments about it's quite rocky from side to side, this thing. The fabric conditioner. I've got some out downstairs. The blue one. I don't know what flavour it is. It's blue. Dabba dee dabba doo. Tiger. So yeah, it'll certainly be more interesting when we get the extra bit from Milton Keynes up to Crewe. Will you be on the next track on the left in real life? No, that's the fast up. Maybe it's not. When you started a Crewe, you should have put it in engine mode, as it's a buy mode. Oh yeah, I could have done it in diesel, couldn't I? Hang on. Hang on. Right, we're going to do a thing. Bear with me, caller. Let's see if we can put this thing in diesel. It did tell me, didn't I, when we arrived at Crewe to go on to Chester, that we had to switch modes. Right, so I'm going to stop, obviously, because I put the brakes on. Apologies for the delay. The driver wants to play with the diesel. And the door's unlocked. Right, okay. I thought there was a button over here. Oh, engine start. There we go. Okay. Are they running? pants are down. Hang on. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, it's running. Right then, let's see if we can go in diesel mode then. Well, there we go. Still quiet. I suppose it would be in the cab. There we go. We are running with our pants down. It shouldn't limit us on speed, should it? Which, hang on, why is it giving us an... Is it going to run us at restricted speed because we're on diesel? It wouldn't be that intelligent, would it? Oh, we've got a 110 limit coming up. There you go, it's just slow. Yeah, it's definitely not as rapid on diesel. See, it needs to be a hybrid. You've got to run on diesel and electric at the same time. Forced economy and all that, you know. Press the pantograph up button to raise the pantograph and allow the system to take overhead power. No! I don't want to. Yes, you don't really notice it noise-wise inside because you're quite insulated away from everything because the engines are underneath, underslung, and like a carriage back. There's only probably like 3 engines on this thing, isn't there? I think isn't that one of the differences on one of the bi-modes, that there's extra engines? And one of the variations up north, I was told, that it's got another engine on like a 5-car or 8-car for more power. And these have probably got like 3 or something. How many cars are we? We're a 5-car. So this has probably got 2 or 3 engines. Which is probably why it's slow. It's got 3, has it? Well, so there's one in the front, one in the back, and one in the middle. V12 turbo. Aren't they a Cummins or something? We were on one once, and I think we come back from Cornwall. I think our green ex-comrade looked up what they were. It's a Trans-Pennine Express. Yeah, is that because of the hills, I suppose? Yeah, I know there's a variation. Yeah, I do like these on diesel. Coming back from Penzance, they do sound good. I'm not putting my pants up. You need my pants alone. We're running on diesel now. I think that the Riviera line version, we'll have to go in the other room and get some out the chest of drawers, then come back in here and put them on to pull them up. I'm not doing that. It's too much faffing around. I'm sure the Riviera Line version sounds different. I'm sure it sounds more diesely. I could be wrong. So we've only got 2 versions of this then, haven't we? We've got the 802 and the 805. Is that what we established earlier? British Rail 805 by mobile being built by Hitachi. 13 5-car units were built to replace the 221s. They've only 13 of them running. Blimey. So you don't appreciate that sometimes, how few trains there are. I was just thinking one day you can almost do a test, couldn't you? Spawn this version in somewhere on like this sort of straight bit of track, or like East Coast Mainline, and from cold from standstill at one station, how long it would take you just going flat out to get to a certain point, and then try the Riviera Line version to see if they're identical. Or is that quite sad? It might be quite sad, really. I was going to say cold and dark. I was watching that Cockpit Casual video at lunchtime. I've got planes on my brain now. What number is this one? This is the 805. That's loud. 805 003. That's the other thing they need to sort out. Sometimes it's such... I think it's because I've got the volume up quite loud inside. Otherwise, it'd just be too quiet. There's quite a bit of difference between the internal audio and the external audio. I'm not putting my pants up. Right, so we've got 29 miles to go to Euston. We have a problem. And what we'll do is we'll see how busy Euston is. I don't know if, yeah, dog mode will work. So you can probably spend a couple of minutes hovered outside, and we'll find somewhere to spawn a train in we can sit in out the way, and we'll spend a couple of minutes outside Euston, see how busy it is. Yeah, it definitely feels slower on diesel. Right, we got, oh no, there was a red. Yeah, might do one of the American ones next week then. We'll have a look. The week after, on the Monday, will be the route that I'm initially a little bit disappointed over, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then the Tuesday, I might do the Wuppertal route, because we're going on a little bit of that next weekend. Well, I've got a video coming out in that next week. The bit we're doing in Amsterdam doesn't appear in Train Sim World, so I could do the Dutch. Yeah, actually, what am I doing? The Dutch? Yeah, no, I mentioned about doing the Dutch route, didn't I? I might do that next week. Mark, so I've only done that once, so I might do that next week. But that doesn't go into Amsterdam Central, does it? That runs somewhere else. We'll see. This train was built 12 miles from you, the Hitachi factory. Because again, you don't appreciate how long it takes to, you know, they say we've ordered 13 trains. It's not like they're banging 1 hour a day, is it? It's not like a car where there's one leaving the line every, like, you know, 80 seconds or 90 seconds. It takes a little bit of time to put a train together. 100 limit down here. Next day delivery for a train. Yeah. Avanti have 13 of these, but only 6 are in service. What? Was that because they're only just rolling them out? Considering it's a couple of hour run, then they must all be on one route. Never got to that point. Obviously, with our ex-comrade, his interest was station bashing. So it was either getting on or off a train at every train station in the UK. There were some people that will do line bashing. So we'll try and travel on every piece of line in the UK. And some people will do train bashing. So we'll go on every version of every train that's in service. So you'll tick off the version of the train that you're on. I kind of get that from a completionist point of view. I definitely got the whole visiting every train station thing. In my opinion, though, you weren't really visiting the place. I can almost guarantee that, you know, when you've accomplished it and, you know, you've got on or off a train at every train station in the UK and it's taken you, I don't know, 10 years to do it or whatever, I bet if someone says to you, oh, you've been to wherever, what was it like? No idea. I got off the train, I stood on the platform, I got on the next train out of there. It was that bit of it that, I'm not saying it frustrated me, because I did quite enjoy the days out, but it never felt as though you'd been to anywhere. You just got off a train, right, we've got 6 minutes here, and we're getting on the next train, then get off there, over the bridge, get the next train going back. Sometimes you go up and down the line 3 or 4 times to knock off the stations in between, and you never really felt as though you visited the places you were going to. On the couple of occasions where it was just leaving the station, going wandering into the village to go to the shop to get a drink, even that felt as though that was something to me. I don't know, I like trams, I like I like travel. I did really enjoy, you know, the travelling around the country. You know, there's certain lines that I'd love to go and do again, like the line down into Exmouth, where you got Livingston Commando. That line was really nice. Never did Heart of Wales. That's something that looks like it would be just one of those lines you could spend a few days doing, but get off at some of these stations and go and explore the village, go to the local pub and have a meal, go to the local shop and, you know, buy a sandwich, have a drink, chat to the shopkeeper type situation. See a bit of the life away from the station, but use the trains to travel and see these bits that you wouldn't normally see. Going to be a place basher. It's nice visiting new places, and I think that there is plenty of stuff in the UK to visit. I think this trip next weekend is going to sort of get that travel bug back, because I did really like going out and going places, and certainly places I'd not been before. I do want to go on every UK route that's in Train Sim or Train Sim World. I've done a chunk of them. It definitely doesn't like me being on diesel, does it? Yeah, I can almost see Sim, you know, doing your local line or something as an achievement. You know, I always said to our ex-comrade, because he lived just outside London, if I was doing that, I would focus on my local stations first. Right, my line. Start with that. She did, you know, every station in my line. Then, you know, work out. Certainly, well, now he's working. I suppose every weekend now. I think he's up around the country somewhere banging out stations. But I do it in some semblance of order and go, right, this year I'm focusing on like the southeast or southwest. I'm going to take a 2-week holiday down in Cornwall. I'm going to bang out every station down in Cornwall. So Cornwall's done. Right, Devon. Every station in Devon, done. And then almost sort of work your way so areas are done. But the way that he was doing it was really sporadic. Great from a visiting new places point of view, but I'm like, what? You know, one of the days he went to Glasgow and back, and he ticked off like 4 stations. It's like, hang on a minute. You've been all the way to Glasgow, you ticked off 4 stations and came back again. In that amount of time, you could have gone somewhere closer to home and ticked off probably 20 stations. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're now 15 miles from Euston. This is Watford. I think I could spend time in Brussels. Although I've been there twice and went on the trams, we didn't really explore the city. I think knowing that it's so easy to get to and so cheap to get around. London is just Croydon, no. Manchester, no, full of scallies, no thanks. Nottingham, I've done 2 tram stops in Nottingham, that's enough. I think even when we're in Brussels next weekend, we're not going to have time to explore Brussels again. Sheffield, I mean, he's going to Sheffield. Someone at work was talking to me about New York again today, and that they've done the walk over the Brooklyn Bridge, and they went up the Empire State Building, and it was so busy, and everyone was trying to get, you know, the shot of New York. The amount of time they wasted queuing for the elevators, trying to shuffle to the front and getting like pushed and shoved. It was almost a disappointment to do it. And they said, you know, Brooklyn Bridge, yeah, walk over it, but don't do it at night. Don't go anywhere near it at night. Edinburgh's nice. Again, I only did a pit stop in Edinburgh on the way back from Perth. And that was the week that the Edinburgh Festival was on, so that was busy. Yes, you walked up, parked the car, walked up to the castle. It was just so many people. Did like 10 minutes around the castle area, and then walked back to the car, left, and drove down to the Lake District. And did 10 minutes at Windermere. You walked over the Forth Road Bridge. You can walk over the Severn Bridge into Wales. Could you imagine doing that? Quite an impressive view, but noisy. You want to do that at some point? Off you go then. Do that next weekend. There's an idea. The problem is, well, I suppose you've then just got to get back, haven't you? Oh, yeah, we changed at 7 Tunnel Junction last year, yeah, beginning of last year. That's a weird station because not a lot stops there, and there's nothing there. Right, so we're still 9 miles out from Euston, we have a problem. So we've done Euston, we have a problem, to Milton Keynes, jumped over, did Stafford to Crewe, Crewe to Stafford, Milton Keynes back to Euston, which is exactly what I wanted to do. A bit of an issue with Twitch playing up in the middle, but all is good. And horses, donkeys like a bit of hay. That TV series I'm watching, that Stella, with Ruth Jones in, one of the neighbours across the road has a donkey called Donkey. It's one of those shows where at the end of every season it seems like half the cast leave. I started the new season Sunday night and it's like, okay, there are more people now. New people being introduced, new characters are being introduced. Old characters have gone, and there's no explanation really as to. Well, they're explaining where they've gone. So you look on IMDb and go, yeah, they're not coming back again. Well, I can see why it's almost finished after season 6. It's a donkey called Pat. Yeah, Pat wishes he was like a donkey. He looks like a donkey's ass. Right, Wembley Central. Getting closer. Getting a bit jittery as well. Never used to be this way. I think it's because it's the first time I've come down here. In this timetable, in this train. Could be optimization. Right, 90 limit. Be interesting to see, actually. I don't know what the turnaround is on this. So what we'll do is we'll bring this into the station. We'll then carry on in free roam and then see if this stays on diesel, because this will leave. This will turn around and come back up again. So obviously we're running on diesel at the moment. Will it stay on diesel, or I'm guessing the AI will reset it and pull its pants up and then leave on electric. I said we'll see how busy Euston is now with this now added into the timetable. So we should get 390s, 805s, 350s, London Overground coming in. Voyagers? No, Voyagers don't come down here, do they? This is where Nico's coming, isn't it? Is this the route you're doing down? You're coming into Euston, aren't you? Next Friday, if he wakes up. I'm expecting to get a message from Nico about 8 o'clock going, I've just woke up.
Oh, yeah.
Nitro Gaming Volume 1. Thanks for the follow. I've actually asked for next Thursday off work. See if my boss signs my holiday form. I was working out my holidays today, and when I can take some time off, I thought, sod it, I'm going to take next Thursday off. I'm just on the outskirts of London buying a car, yeah. Well, when he came to Doncaster, he went to Newcastle first and bought a car. We will end up looking at some point in either... God, we're going to be looking at a German one and a Dutch one, aren't we? We will be finding a German or Dutch Mark 1 Focus for Nico to ogle over. I bet that's all he searches for on eBay and Auto Trader. I bet it's almost a daily thing. I can just imagine him talking to Mrs. Nico and go, look, it's only £100. We could use it for parts. It'll fit on the drive. Not searched in ages. I can help you out with that. Just finished Birmingham to Crewe out of 5. Loved it. Can't wait for Crewe to Preston. Yeah, I can't wait for Crewe to Preston. And Milton Keynes to Crewe. That's coming. So you'll be able to do Euston, we have a problem, to Milton Keynes to Crewe. Right, in we come. I should really do Southeastern High Speed. Actually, I might do that after we come back. There's actually a video going out on YouTube on the Southeastern High Speed in something special next weekend. I didn't have problems, honest. Definitely could get it started. Right, so into Euston. Did I overspeed? No. Liverpool to Manchester. There's so many routes that this needs, really. There is some good stuff coming this year, don't forget. We got the Tadami line coming, Great Western Express coming, the Portuguese route coming. More German stuff, more American stuff. It's going to be a good year for Train Sim World. Obviously got Metro Rivals coming, which you'll see something of that soon. That's going to be a good bit of fun, I think. I really like the fact that they've been doing this, though. I like the fact they committed to a route. And, you know, I think eventually we will get Carlisle to Glasgow. We're going to have to, really, aren't we? Because that almost seems like the end game there, doesn't it? Right, you know, we've given you Euston to Milton Keynes to Crewe to Preston.
We are now approaching London Euston. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Obviously, I want Reading to Bristol. That's what I want, a continuation of the Great Western. You know, why not? We've got the 800 now. We've got the 1666. We've got the 357s, is it? That run down there, the electric ones. That's it. Done. I've done Edinburgh to London to Edinburgh in a pacer in Train Sim Classic in one stream. I've also done Paddington to Penzance in a pacer, stopping at every single stop in one stream, all 8.5 hours of it. What if one day I do that again? There was discussions about doing that again when I had people here, and that every really, you overspeeded me. Really, you overspeeded me as a really. Really? Right. Are we still on diesel? Yeah. So we can still add, we can still hear the deep. Right. So what we'll do is we'll relinquish the service. Right. Diesel's still on. When's this going back out though? It's topped a bit far down, isn't it? Where's the board? 1300. So that's got another 20 minutes yet before that goes back out. So will it stay on diesel? Right, what we'll do... Let's see if we can go and find somewhere where we can spawn a train in that's going to be out the way. It's not really going to affect any services, that we can then do a bit of a mini rail cam. Are there any sidings? Is this used? I don't reckon this is used, is it? No. Right. Okay. Oh god, it's snowing. So we'll spawn a train. Let's just... because why not? Come on. Right, there we go. Okay. That blends in well. Yeah, you're not going to notice that, are you? Not too high. Not too. Right. What I'll do is if I do that, and then if we go 2 times. Yeah, see what happens with the snow and see how much stuff, we give it a couple of minutes, see how much stuff we get come in and go out. We're on twice speed. What's about nothing will come and go now. At the world's emptiest station. Oh, there we go. So which one was our train? Was ours the one on the right here, wasn't it? It'd be interesting to see if that, when that leaves, if its pants are up. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit snowy. What's the time? Don't know. Useful. Yeah, this is far too quiet for Euston, isn't it? Oh no, got an overground leaving. I'm probably too low now. I'm going to get hit by a train, aren't I? There we go. Yeah, that's far too quiet. So Clapham Junction is still, I think, the busiest station in Train Sim World, I would say, for stuff that's going in and out. Well, 350 leaving over there. I really enjoyed that stream we did in Clapham. No, Birmingham's quieter than Clapham. Clapham had so much going on. And that was in real time we did that stream, and there's pretty much always something going in or coming out of Clapham. And I don't think there's been a busier station. Right, so our train here on the right, that should be setting up to... No, hang on. No, the platform was on our right. So it must be over the other side of that then. Hang on. That's move view, aren't I? Was that our train? Yeah, it's still on diesel. Yeah, it's still on diesel.
If you see anything suspicious.
Oh, hang on, too far back. I forgot where I was now. Here. Check the time. We don't get the time because it shouldn't be long before that leaves. Because lights are on at the front. So it's setting up to go. But yeah, this is weirdly quiet for a station. For a station that should be this busy. Another one coming in. King's Cross is on this map. Is it? Yes. It's one of the lines you go over, isn't it? We looked at it when we first did this. There's a couple of lines that you go over. We tried to follow it down, but you hit an invisible wall. Hang on, am I thinking the Mildmay line? No, I'm thinking of Mildmay. Well, that's leaving. Yeah, so it's Mildmay, isn't it? Because we tried looking at it on the Mildmay line because you cross over or under a couple of the lines on Mildmay. We've got Paddington, we've got Euston, we've got St Pancras. That train definitely ain't leaving anywhere, is it? I just want to see our train leave. Look, can we see the time? Still on diesel. Ah, 4 minutes. So 2 minutes and that'll leave. Oh God, hang on. Right, what we'll do is then we'll position ourselves here, and then we'll at least see our train that we've been driving. We'll go to the other side of the signal. No, we can see the signal change, can't we? There we go. Right, let's go back to real time. There we go. Right, so at least we'll see our train depart and then we'll end. When it leaves. So yeah, so there's new stuff coming. Watch out for some announcements early into February from Dovetail. I'm looking forward to be able to talk about the new stuff. February is going to be quite good. I'm definitely looking forward to Metro Rivals when that comes out in April. And there's some interesting stuff to talk about. Unfortunately, talk about the weekend I'm away. So there'll be lots of discussions on my birthday stream on the 9th. That's definitely getting a bit snowy now. Well, we've still got the red, so we're not going anywhere just yet. That weather's definitely doing the weathery thing. Train will be cancelled because of snow. Yeah, the wrong type of snow. Still got the red. I just want to see if it leaves on diesel or whether when the AI takes over, it will reset it back to overhead, which it should do in theory. So front lights are on. Still got the red. Come on, AI. You can do it. When you know, DIY chain it. I was not like this next weekend. That will be a bit chilly. Ah, I just heard the light. There you go. Light's changed. I like the fact that you hear them click. So it's got the green. And here it comes. Right, is it going to be on diesel? Or is it going to revert it back to electric? Electric. No! I was still on diesel. So the AI is going to take that all the way to Milton Keynes on diesel. Yeah, why didn't it do a reset then? That's really interesting. Yeah, that was definitely running on diesel because the pants weren't up. Yeah, that's interesting. there we go. Yeah, I like the 805. I approve. That is rather good. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't have left on diesel. It should have got reset when the AI took over. I like the fact that it did, but it shouldn't have done. So yes, what we'll do next week then, because we're going to be, going to be on the Southeastern High Speed sort of next Friday. I'm also going to be on the GWR route. I've already got a video coming out on that for next Friday in a HST. But I think what we need to do is do the Dutch route. I think I've only done it once. So I think we need to do that next week, which I've probably now gone... There it is. Zwolle to Groningen, that one. So yeah, so we'll do this next week. It's a shame. Well, there's a long route. So we'll do this next week in the normal commuter train and then in the weird thing. The week after then, my birthday stream, there'll be a route that I can do, which, yeah, we'll discuss that more on that day. And then more stuff to come. Really looking forward to what's being announced in February, so keep your eye out for that one. Lots to talk about on the birthday stream on the 9th of February, which I'm looking forward to. Not only will we be discussing our trip away next weekend, so obviously doing a bit of Dutch trains, doing some German trains, doing the suspended railway at Wuppertal, doing an OMSI bus route. We've got the Eurostar to contend with. So that's going to be an interesting stream on that Monday night. I think it's going to be one of those that won't just be the normal length. I think that might be a little bit longer. Well, depending on how tired I am, of course. But we shall see. So yeah, more trains back next Tuesday then with the Dutch route. Next stream, though, back tomorrow night. Where I'm going to be doing, what's it called? Surgeon Sim 2. Repairing bodies and things. That's tomorrow. Thursday night, me and Trenty running a Parisian brasserie again, because that went so well last time. Friday night, we've got Golfing with Idiots, playing with our balls live on stream on Friday. And I think we've got 10 of us signed up for that one. So looking forward to that. Saturday night, maybe a quiz. If we can get a few more people to join us for that, we will do that on Saturday. If not, we'll maybe bring forward the escaping from prison thing. We'll see who's around for that on Saturday night. And next Sunday is back on the farm. Next Monday, I'll be here doing something. And next Tuesday, back with more trains. Next Wednesday is something. Next Thursday is trucking. Next Wednesday is Power Wash, I think. Next Thursday then is trucking and tunes before we take the few days off to go to Germany. There we go. So thanks very much to you lot in chat then for keeping me company throughout that one. Enjoyed that. Like the 805. Prefer it on diesel. But it is a great addition. I am looking forward to taking it from Milton Keynes up to Crewe when we get that. And then who knows where longer term. So thanks to you lot then, and thanks to these people as well that did things, because most of you didn't. You just sat there. Thanks to Nitro Gaming for following, McBone for resubscribing, Trent, Nico and Tiger for doing no moderation. Was almost planned, wasn't it? Oh yeah, Trent did a thing because the Twitch broke. There we go. I'll be back tomorrow night, put bits of bodies on bits of bodies. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.